Good morning, students. Welcome for the Geography class, Unit 1 Resources. This lesson begins with a conversation between mother and the child. The child inquired mother about the dilemma of his father's arrival from the office. He came to know about photovoltaic or PV cells or solar cell, which means electronic component that generates electricity when exposed to particles of light. PV cell converts solar energy into electrical energy. Natural resource. It is the useful thing that comes directly from nature. Since we use it, we also value it. On the basis of value, it is divided into commercial and non-commercial. Commercial resources have economic value. Example, petroleum. Non-commercial resources are plenty. Example, air. Sources are of three types: natural, man-made, and human. Natural resources. It means nature directly provides all resources such as air, water, soil, minerals, natural vegetation, and wildlife. Classification of natural resources on the basis of origin, development, renewability, distribution, and ownership. On the basis of origin, resources are divided into two: biotic and abiotic. Biotic resources are the living things such as plants, animals, microorganisms. Abiotic resources are non-living things such as land, water, and mineral. The basic needs of human beings are food, clothing, and shelter. Human beings gather the resources with the primary activities such as hunting, fishing, food gathering, and forestry. They became agriculturists because they cultivated different things. They also became shepherds because they reared cattle. They invented tools from stones and later on found copper and iron from abiotic resources. They made ornaments from precious metals. On the basis of development, resources are divided into two: actual and potential. Actual resources are known and available in large quantity for a use, like coal at Neyveli. Potential resources are not yet known, used, and located. It is extracted with the help of technology like marine yeast in Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. Basis of exhaustibility or renewability. Sources are divided into two: renewable and non-renewable. Examples of renewable resources are air, water, sunlight, etc. It is limited and it must be used wisely. Example of non-renewable resources are coal, petroleum, natural gas, minerals. It is limited, cannot be recycled or reused. On the basis of distribution, resources are divided into two: localized and universal. Localized resources are found in a specific region or particular place. Examples: minerals. Universal resources are found everywhere. Example: sunlight and air. On the basis of ownership, resources are divided into four: individual, community owned, national, and international. Individual resources are owned by individual privately, such as apartment. Community owned resources are utilized by all people. Examples: public parks. National resources are found within the nation. Example: forest. International resources are found in the ocean and utilized internationally, like ambergris. Man-made resources. It means natural resources are changed with the help of technology. Examples: sugarcane into sugar, bridges, houses, roads, etc. The changes of raw materials into finished goods are called as secondary activities. Human resources. It means groups of individuals use nature to create resources. Human beings are natural resources. They have made themselves valuable with their identity, such as teachers, doctors, and scientists. The primary and secondary products create tertiary activities like system of transport, trade, banking, and communications to distribute the products. Gandhian thought on resources. There is enough for everybody's need and not for anybody's greed. Mahatma Gandhi blamed human beings for depletion of resources because of 2 points: exploitation of resources and unlimited needs of human beings. Resource planning or management. Resource planning is necessary because of the following points. Resources are limited. They need to be used properly in order to keep for the future generation. Resources are distributed all over the world. Resources need to be protected from the exploitation. Conservation of resources. Careful use of resources is called conservation of resources. Natural resources are decreasing day by day. It needs to be sustained, or it calls for the sustainable development. The following are the points: identification of the reasons of depletion, prevention of wastage and excess use of resources, recycling of resources, prevention of pollution, protection of environment. Natural vegetation and wildlife need to be preserved. Alternative usage of resources. To conserve resources, the 3 R's need to be followed: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Dear students, we have completed Geography Unit 1, Resources. In this lesson, we have learned about resources such as primary or natural resources, secondary or human-made resources, tertiary or human resources. Dear students, we also have learned the classification of resources on the basis of origin, development, renewability, distribution, and ownership. Gandhian thought on resources. Resource planning or management, conservation of resources. Thank you students for listening to my class.